or not? I mean, is the president willing to take a wall that's not a wall? Are the Democrats willing to let him call something a wall that they don't think is a wall?
Well, as we've discovered over the course of the last few weeks and said by the majority leader, the president will basically sign anything that comes to his desk. So I don't think the president fundamentally, as long as he gets a bill on his desk where he can stand up. He said he repealed Obamacare when he didn't repeal Obamacare. He repealed an element of it, but didn't repeal it.
Big element.
Whatever, I'm just saying the president's ability to say whatever he wants, he'll sign a bill. I think, to me, the fundamental question is why are the Republicans drawing a line between, one, compassion for young people here who have done nothing of their own, have come here, who are going to serve in a great capacity, in order to put a wall that the president himself, by his own fact statement, says that immigration into our country is slowed to a trickle on the southern border. This is what I don't understand.
What's the answer?
Happy to answer this. First of all, he's not asking for a wall for this. As Sarah, well, let me go beyond that. As Sarah said, even Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have voted for fences. We can use all kinds of synonyms. The idea we want to secure the southern border. He wants to do that with funding for as much of a wall as he possibly can get, but he also wants to end family chain migration, and he also wants to end the diversity lottery, which, by the way, is popular with a lot of people in this country who are struggling to make ends meet, want to find good jobs for their families. And so this is actually an issue, this broader question of how we have our immigration system that we need to have as a country. So I'd like to see us do that. Now, if the Democrats are dumb enough to say they're going to be hashtag resistance all year, and even these Democrats who are up in these red states, if they decide to never work with Donald Trump on any issue, I think that is a political risk that is not wise to take.
The president has basically admitted that he's willing to shut down government if he doesn't get the $18 billion for his wall.
And they're willing to say they'll shut it down if they don't get DACA.
Well, the president has also said he's basically holding DACA hostage so that he can get what he wants on immigration. Why can't we just agree, since there is broad bipartisan consensus across the country and in Washington, to just have a DACA fix? Why do you have to hold it hostage?
Because that created the Tea Party movement. When Republicans just go along with Democrats,
that is not what created the Tea Party movement.
It doesn't work. It's legislating.
First of all, I'm going to put a pause there. I found it very creative for you to say the president doesn't want a wall.
And then
we just
he just wants more than a wall.
We're not going to call it a wall.
He wants more than a wall.
But again, that was cute. It was a nice try.
No, he wants a wall plus.
At the end of the day, here's what you're facing. This president pushed the appropriate racial buttons in terms of immigration. And so what you have here is he has no choice but to hold it hostage, because he understands who he's appealing to by pushing those particular buttons when it comes to immigration. What you have on the other side, though, is you have individuals, like, for instance, this caretaker for a paraplegic, the only person who's going to be, sent out of the country. And look, that's a sad story. You have people out there who are tax-paying citizens who have contributed to this country when it comes to DACA. You can actually do both things, but they don't want to do that because it serves a very calculated political interest.
Does the president have to abandon his base on this issue?
No, not at all. I mean, look, this isn't actually that complicated. You have Republicans who want stronger border security, and some Democrats who've agreed in the past that we need it. You have almost everyone who agrees that DACA needs to be fixed, and you have to avoid a government shutdown. So if these leaders can get in a room and figure this out...
legislating. It really isn't that complicated. And why is it a hostage for Republicans to take, but not a hostage for Democrats to take?
The bipartisan congressional process of the people who care about these issues was actually working until a set of poison pills were set up to the hill by the White House, authored by Stephen Miller, of their demands on immigration before there was a DACA deal. So if the White House could just stay out of this, I actually think a deal could be done. As most things have been happening in Washington, if they just stay out of it, the system will work.
The reality is, and I know Matt likes to create a world that is sort of fictional.
Quit saying I'm a liar, Matt. I don't need truth serum. I don't need to be lectured by you about being a liar.
I've never called you a liar, Matt.
You did. You did in the first segment.
No, I did not. I said if you drank truth serum, you would actually admit what the
clever way of calling me a liar.
So fundamentally, the Republicans have passed nothing that is popular with the majority of America in 2017, and I expect them to pass nothing that is popular with the majority of America in 2018. The president is inherently the most unpopular president at this point of any president we've had. The Democrats have a generic ballot lead that is larger than any time in the last 20 years. So we're seeing a situation that this huge wave is coming, and I don't see a president who's only governed to a base to change that in the course of the next few months.
This conversation is going to have to continue off the air. We're about